This feeling that I've had throughout pregnancy, I don't know if it's just a me thing, but it's almost like a very specific brand of imposter syndrome. But it's just pregnancy imposter syndrome. Like, you'll feel something and you're like, well, I don't think I'm pregnant enough to be complaining about that right now. Or maybe even in addition to that, you're like, oh, but I prayed so hard to get pregnant. Like, I don't want to complain about that. Welcome back. My name is Liz, and this is my channel. Echo, you gonna say hi? You gonna say hi? Come here. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, she loves attention. This week I am recapping week 32 of pregnancy. So, let's dive right in. Oh, I don't even remember what I did last week, honestly. Thank you. All right, let's look at some pictures to remember what we did last week. All right, so week 32 of pregnancy started out on Wednesday, and I took these guys to get groomed. They had a great time. This was Echo's first grooming, which she did great for, and she still smells amazing. Even though she got all dirty this weekend. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And then on Thursday, I finally got to go to mom group again at church, which was great. Thank you. Love mom group. I started taking our stroller out for walks so that these guys could get used to it. You guys actually did really good. I was really worried that they were going to be scared of it, or they would run into it, or they just wouldn't be conscious of it at all. You are being so lovey right now. But they did really good, and they just kind of just treated it like an extension of me, which is kind of best case scenario. Treated it with respect, and I feel like by the time baby's here, they'll be used to it enough that they'll just kind of treat it like a normal part of our W's, and they'll be fine. Carry on business as usual. Right, Echo? Oh, yes. Okay, and then what do we do on Friday? Friday I had to do some work stuff. I mean, I have to do work stuff every day, but it was a very computer-based day. So that was that. Over the weekend, I didn't really have a whole lot going on. It was a pretty chill weekend. On Sunday, my friend Lexi had her baby, so that was super exciting. And then I headed down to Madison for work because this was my last week driving for work. Normally I have to be in Madison 2 days a week, which is a 3.5 hour drive for me. And starting on Sunday, my doctor doesn't want me more than an hour away from the hospital. And driving all the way down to Madison would put me at like 2 hours away ish. Yeah. So I drove down on Sunday night because I had to be at an event at 9 a.m. on Monday, and that just made it a lot easier. I stayed at my mom's. It was a shorter drive. Instead of 4 hours to the event, it was only 2 hours to the event, so it makes sense. So I went to the event, covered that. It was a lot of fun. Got to see some people I haven't seen in a while. Got to meet some new people, so that was great. And it was really just an event showcasing the National Guard to general public, focusing primarily on high school students and college students, or people in that age group. So that was really cool, something that I'm passionate about. And then I got to cover it with social media, so taking lots of pictures and videos. Really cool. I enjoyed that. On Tuesday, I was still in Madison. I spent the day in Madison. I hosted a couple of social media trainings for work, which was cool, teaching recruiters, why social media is important for them and their success as a recruiter, how it can be beneficial for them, and like how to actually get into doing it. So we kind of broke into the nuts and bolts and came up with ideas for each of them, and that was pretty important, and it was good for me to like walk out knowing I had given them some concrete steps to move them forward. And that was my last day of week 32. I'm filming this, today's Friday, so I'm a little bit behind on that, but I wanted to make sure I got this done because I made a promise to myself that I was going to vlog each week. And watching some other people's vlogs is making me realize that it's not just sitting down and talking necessarily. So I might need to start filming like more of my week. But I'm really trying to be better about at least taking pictures throughout the week. So I'll be able to plug in some pictures of the week. What's something I wanted to touch on really quick is like this feeling that I've had throughout pregnancy. I don't know if it's just a me thing, but it's almost like a very specific brand of imposter syndrome. But it's just pregnancy imposter syndrome. Like, you'll feel something and you're like, well, I don't think I'm pregnant enough to be complaining about that right now. Or maybe even in addition to that, you're like, oh, but I prayed so hard to get pregnant, like, I don't want to complain about that, right? And it's not like you're necessarily complaining about everything, but it's just hard. Like, I've had people ask me questions about pregnancy throughout my whole pregnancy, and I'm like, it's been really good. And then, if there's something nagging, like I've had a runny nose the whole time, I don't feel like it's good. I can't complain about that because I prayed for it, you know what I mean? Or when you're super tired in the first trimester and you're like, yeah, I've been super tired, but I don't feel like I'm pregnant enough to complain about this yet. And even like now, I've started getting like swelling in my feet and my ankles by the end of the day, and I'm like, well, I know it's only going to get worse, so I don't feel like I'm pregnant enough to start to be complaining about this. But at this point, I'm freaking pregnant as heck, and I'm not gonna. I don't need to be more pregnant to have this pet peeve. You know what I mean? I don't think you need to be a certain amount pregnant to have gripes, and I think that it's not wrong to have a gripe, even if it's something that you prayed for, right? Because it's not comfortable. There are a lot of parts of pregnancy that are just straight up not comfortable. And yes, it is a blessing. But there's a lot of things in life that are blessings that are not comfortable. And I think it's okay to like talk about that and still be grateful for it, even though it's uncomfortable. So I don't want anyone getting the wrong idea about pregnancy and going into it thinking, oh, it's going to be great the whole time. Because up till now, anytime someone's asked me like how has pregnancy been going, I've had a pretty easy experience. Like, I wasn't sick, haven't really had any issues, and now I'm having some swelling, and my belly's getting big. But I feel like you could lead some people into feeling like it's going to be easy, and I don't want to give anyone that misconception. So, yeah, that's that. Also, a week 32 thing that I did. I was going to make some broccoli with dinner. Been doing some really good Asian beef with rice and Brussels sprouts, but I decided to do broccoli this time. Well, I prepped up the broccoli, chopped it all up, put it out on the Blackstone, which I love cooking on the Blackstone. And then I decided I wanted to take a nap. So I took a nap for like 45 minutes. And woke up, sat straight up and said, broccoli. It was burnt to a crisp. So yeah, that's where my brain is at right now. That is pregnancy brain in a nutshell, I feel like. So if you're wondering what it feels like to be 32 weeks pregnant, I hope this gave you an accurate description. Really the only clothes that fit right now are leggings or sweatpants, a couple pairs of shorts. my husband's t-shirts and sweatshirts. This is his. Yeah, that's about it. So I'm really excited for it to be warm enough where I can just walk around in a sports bra. And about that time, hopefully I'll be delivering my baby boy. So, yep, that's week 32. Hope this was helpful and insightful. And I hope you have a